What's up guys, my name's Luke from Archer & Wood's pre-owned menswear and vintage watch store. Summer's pretty much here, it's wedding season, and we're about to hit that eternal struggle yet again of getting a fit off and staying cool. Now this can be tough to do, especially in a formal situation if you're not prepared. So here are 8 ways you can stay cool this summer while wearing a suit. Before we continue, please remember to like and subscribe because it really helps me grow the store and the channel and helps me just make more videos. Tip number 1, and it's the most crucial, is materials. This is where you get your biggest wins, and ideally you want to go for an open weave fabric. What does this mean? It just means the weaves are looser, so there's more air in which the garment can breathe more, keep you cool. The 2 most common materials for a summer suit are seersucker and linen. With wool, a lot of people think it's too much of a heavy material to wear in the summer. You can do this in a more lightweight way and also with a looser weave. Fresco is a great example of that. Then if we move to linen, it's a much more looser material, it's breathable, and it is the archetypal summer material for suits. Seersucker is the next one. It's a much more structured material. It has that sort of bumpy effect to it, and it can add a nice little bit of texture to the suit as well. So tip number 2 is the structure of the suit. For the blazer, I'd recommend going for either half lining or no lining at all. That just takes away that extra bit of material that you just don't need making you hot. You also have to think about structurally with the jacket, if it's going to be slim or tighter fitting. Maybe you want to go for something looser if heat does really cause you an issue. Also, you want to think about how slim or fitted you want this suit to be. If heat is really a problem for you, maybe you don't want to go for the slimmer cut. It's going to be your own personal preference at that point. Also think about the shoulders. If you've got like a softer, looser shoulder, if it might be a bit more easy for you. Even if it is just making you feel more comfortable in the way you move, and that could just take your mind off like the heat and just being uncomfortable in general. And the same thing with trousers. I would never advise to go for a skinny trouser, but think about how slim you want them to be. If you've got a higher waisted trouser with some pleats, it gives you a little bit more room to play with around the pockets. So it could be a bit more breathable for you as well. Just means getting that airflow all around that suit and making you cooler in general. So tip number 3 is don't rush. Make sure you're planning ahead. This is really important, especially if you're just someone that normally wings it with their outfits. Try to prepare before so you're not rushing, building up a sweat anyway before you even put on the suit. If you know what you're wearing, you don't have that panic of trying to mix and match items. Set it all out before, don't rush. Even if you're late, just take it easy. It's better you're a little bit late than a sweaty mess. Unless you're the groom, don't be late. So the next step is a really obvious one, is choose the color right. We all know that darker colors are heat absorbers and lighter colors reflect. Simple physics or chemistry. One of those, whatever it is, it's something to consider. If you're someone that is sensitive to heat, invest in some lighter colored garments. It's a small little win, but actually it does pay off in the long run. Also have a point of preference. It's nice in the summer to wear something a little bit different. If you're used to wearing a suit in the colder months, you've got your navies, your greys, it's nice to break out from that. Be a bit brighter, put in some beiges, some creams, some lighter blues, and it really make you feel in the mood, in the season, and much more comfortable in your surroundings as well. So the next one is a controversial one, and that's the undershirt. I've heard so many people say that the undershirts are used all over Italy and the hotter countries as a way of absorbing the heat. People wear them all the time there, and that's the right way to go. Whereas what we think would be common sense is taking away a layer of clothing should cool you down. So wherever you stand with this, and I think sometimes it is a bit of personal preference. One thing I would say for this is make your decision based on the day. If you're the type of guy that wears the undershirt because they get an extra wear out of the shirt, this is the thing to avoid. If you're just wearing it because you feel like it absorbs the sweat and the heat from you, do that. If you don't want to wear one, don't do that. But don't wear an undershirt if you're just doing it to get an extra wear out of that shirt. So our next tip is all about footwear. Go with loafers instead of lace-ups, and consider going sockless. Or those invisible socks, either one. The reason for this is simple. Loafers are generally more breathable. They sit lower around your ankle, and they're just a more summery shoe in general. Okay, this is a really crucial one, and it's carry a handkerchief wherever you go. This could be disguised as your pocket square, by carrying a handkerchief just to dab your brow, maybe your pits, wherever you feel you're getting sweaty, it can be really crucial. Okay, maybe not everywhere, be sanitary. But in the right places, it can be really helpful just to have something to wipe that sweat away. And lastly, this is a crucial one, and that's watch what you eat and drink throughout the evening. You don't need me to tell you to stay hydrated on a hot day while wearing a suit, but do that. And when it comes to eating, it's probably best to lay off the heavy carbs, the stuff that makes you feel a bit bloated and eventually more restricted in your suit. If you stick to the lighter stuff, you'll definitely feel the benefit in the long run. So there we have it. There are my tips for staying cool in the summer while wearing a suit. Again, guys, please remember to like and subscribe because it really helps me out. Also, please check out our store, Arch & Woods, for pre-owned menswear and vintage watches. If you're interested in one-on-one personal styling sessions, please hit me up. It's hello@archwoods.com, @Arch & Woods on the socials, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Cheers.